Have you seen Star Wars?
According to LRM Online, there is a big push over there at Lucasfilm to create a Cara Dune spin-off series on Disney Plus, and this comes right after Disney kind of shifts their gears on focusing, instead of the parks and entertainment aspect of Disney revenue, they're actually going to change things to Disney Plus, making the most money for them and build that streaming platform. So it would make sense as Star Wars fans that we would see a lot more Star Wars shows in the future, and one of them seems to be a Cara Dune spin-off series, and according to LRM Online, this is a big push at Lucasfilm. There's nothing official yet, that it doesn't seem like they're actually going to start production on this anytime soon, but Kessel Run Transmissions, who's gotten a lot right in the past as well, is not only confirming this, they're also saying that Bo-Katan is going to be co-starring in this series. So to me, this means we most likely will see Bo in Season 2 of The Mandalorian. That's been something that's been heavily hinted at over the past year or so. What's been confirmed about Season 2, at least from multiple sources, but also the German Instagram account for Disney Plus, is that Ahsoka Tano is going to be played by Rosario Dawson, and Cobb Vanth is going to be played by Timothy Olyphant. And Cobb Vanth is the guy who steals the Boba Fett armor and all that. But we've been told that Season 2 is being used to kind of launch a few spin-off series, like one about Boba Fett and one about Ahsoka Tano, and a lot of people have had complaints about that, and I completely understand that. I've been kind of scared of all these rumored cameos, but I think if we're actually going to see a Cara Dune series with Bo-Katan as a co-star or a prominent figure in that series, I would imagine that we would also see Bo-Katan in Season 2 of The Mandalorian now. And the reason I'm saying that is because, let's say this series is likely a prequel. That's what I would bet on, and I'd probably be a little bit more interested in it being a prequel, because it would likely be set either immediately after Episode 6 to see where Cara is leading up to The Mandalorian Season 1, or it would be during the original trilogy where she is actually working with the Rebellion and all that, because I think she was a Rebellion shock trooper. So imagine Cara Dune is working with the Mandalorian and Grief Karga in Season 2, and they run into Bo-Katan, Ahsoka, and Sabine or whatever, and Cara and Bo recognize each other, and they talk to each other. They're like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in years, what's been going on? That would impact a lot of the story, in my opinion, and that would make a lot of audiences go, oh wait, how do they know each other? And that question alone would create a lot of interest for casual audiences, and let's be honest, these would be two strong, prominent female characters in the Star Wars universe getting their own show. And I think that would mean a lot to the people over there at Lucasfilm. Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, has talked a lot about having female directors and female writers being involved with Star Wars. So theoretically, this could be the Leslie Headland Star Wars series, because they announced that she is getting her own Star Wars series, but they didn't say what it was going to be about. The report from Variety, which, I mean, I'm not going to say I take it with a grain of salt, but Lucasfilm didn't confirm this, but Variety did say that it is a female-centric Star Wars series. And if it's Bo-Katan and Cara Dune, well then, that's a female-centric right there. So this may be the Leslie Headland Star Wars series right here. And if this is the case, I'm not really opposed to it. I'm not the biggest Bo-Katan fan. I liked her in the Clone Wars. She was interesting, and I believe she showed up in Rebels for a few episodes, and that was also pretty cool. I think it was Season 4 or 3. But when it comes to Cara Dune, I'm a fan of her. Just from what we've seen from Cara in Season 1, I'm a fan, but also I'm excited to see what she does in Season 2. But Cara Dune is played by Gina Carano, and I love her. I mean, she used to fight in Strike Force, which was a big thing before the UFC bought them, because she's an MMA fighter, and I love MMA, and I really like her as a character and a person, because if you watch her on Twitter, she's pretty funny. She likes to troll a lot of people, and she's not really bullied into what a lot of the Star Wars Twitter people want to force upon her. It's kind of funny to see them almost bully her into believing what they want her to believe, and she won't accept it. And I really like that about her, and she's really gained my respect on her standing up to all these people who claim to not be bullies and claim to be doing the right thing and whatnot, but they bully her into submitting to their opinions, and it's just kind of nice to see that she won't tolerate that stuff. Some people have speculated that this discourse on Twitter may lead to her not being so involved in a Disney Plus series, likely getting her own series is what I would imagine people are trying to hint to, but I don't see that happening. I don't see Lucasfilm looking at her Twitter and go, oh, well, because you said we should reopen the world and not lock down forever, we're not going to give you a series anymore. I don't think that makes any sense. Is there a demand for a Cara Dune spinoff series? I don't think so. But would it be unsuccessful? I also don't think that's the case either. I actually would feel like there'd be a little bit more demand for this series than there would be for the rumored Lando series. I mean, there's so many, there's literally over 10 rumored and unconfirmed Star Wars Disney Plus series and shows that are in the works now. I would really want to know when this one takes place, because it would be kind of interesting if after season 2, we learn in season 2 that Cara Dune kind of parts herself away from Grief Karga and the Mandalorian. They kind of go their separate ways, and she's got to go do her own thing in the Star Wars universe. Maybe her and Bo-Katan meet in season 2, and they really hit things off, and they become really close, and then they have to go on a mission together. Maybe that's how they end season 2, and maybe that's how they launch into their own Star Wars show and into their own little series about them on some adventure. They have a mission to accomplish. I would be a little happier if it was the case of they just reunited in season 2 and we find out there's a backstory between these two characters, and I would like to figure out what that backstory is. Honestly, my big question with these kind of rumored series is how long is it going to be? Is it going to be an actual series of we get seasons 1, 2, and 3 and then we kind of wrap things up? Or is it a standalone season where it's just one season about her backstory and that's it? I'd probably prefer just the one season route. I feel like certain characters like Cara Dune, while I do like her, do they merit their own entire story? Do they merit in their own entire show where it's like $100 million per season and it goes on for 4 seasons, kind of like The Mandalorian's probably going to end up doing, if not more? I don't think so. I think characters like The Mandalorian work really well when he has other characters to bounce off of, like Cara Dune, like Grief Karga, like Baby Yoda / the child. There's a big overarching story there. If we're just doing a single season on Cara Dune, then maybe I will be happy with that and content. But if we go on past that, it would be like, all right, maybe I got a little room for concern that you might milk this. But saving grace in this would be if Bo-Katan is the co-star. Then yeah, maybe you could actually expand that series a little bit longer than one season, because now you have 2 characters to focus on instead of just one. And we definitely know the backstory to Bo-Katan. There's a lot of character arc and character connection that we have built over the past, 5 to 6 years now? I mean, she's been around in Star Wars for quite some time for the Mandalorian arc in Clone Wars, so I think there's that connection that Star Wars fans already have, and seeing what she's doing during the original trilogy and seeing what Cara Dune is doing during the original trilogy would be quite enticing for a lot of us original trilogy fans. So tell me your thoughts below. What do you guys think of the idea of Cara Dune getting her own Star Wars series? Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think they're doing too many Star Wars series at this point? Tell me your thoughts below. And do you want to see Bo-Katan as a co-star in this series? I'm Star Wars Only. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, because it does help out the channel. I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.